Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Framed podcast. This is now episode 25. Thank you so much for tuning in once again. This week, it's just myself, Craig, and Ben unfortunately can't be with us, mainly because Ben hasn't watched Stranger Things, and that is what this whole episode is going to be about. We've got one returning guest and one new guest. Our returning guest was on here for Wicked, which was actually our most successful episode so far. So, welcome back, Grace. And new guest for this week. He's seen about every TV show on the planet. It is Gaz. Welcome, mate. Thank you for coming on this week. How are you both?
I'm good. I'm ready to talk about Stranger Things.
Yeah, I know you got a hell of thoughts.
Yeah, all good here, mate. Thank you for having me. Congrats on the platform as well. It's good to see you lot
Thank you, mate. Thank you.
expanding your platforms and your sort of your reach within the space is really cool. So congratulations to you all. And obviously, thank you for having me, man. I appreciate it.
It's a long time coming. But as usual, we're going to jump straight into our news to kick things off. Then we've got two small games to go through, one Stranger Things related, one more related to 2026 as a whole, and then we're going to spend the majority of the episode, of course, just breaking down and giving all of our thoughts on Stranger Things Season 5. But we're going to kick off with the news. First thing is, at time of recording, last night was the Critics' Choice Awards. Some interesting winners, some very good winners. One winner that proved me wrong, which I'm sure Grace will love to prove me wrong on from that conversation a few months back. But no, what's like your most surprised win, favorite win?
I think One Battle wasn't a surprise whatsoever. I think that's the kind of, especially when you're talking about critics and the way it was received by them firstly, that made a lot of sense. Timmy isn't a surprise. It's more interesting because it's being billed as Timmy versus Leo. Which, and in some sense, you could argue there's like heir to the throne energy between those two, because I feel as though Timmy kind of entered a Leo kind of esque performance in Marty, so that was interesting for sure.
Yeah, Grace,
I think Sinners was my favorite win. I think they picked up 4, so I'm very happy for them. I think a lot of their wins are around technical, but I'm very happy the technical categories. But I'm very happy for Miles Caton for picking up the young best actor.
Yeah,
I was quite happy to see. It was kind of the obvious one, but Tremel Tillman winning for Severance. That's kind of it had to be him. Of course, Owen Cooper getting another award. He's got an insane career ahead of him. And Jacob Elordi winning for supporting actor. I thought was a nice one.
Oh yeah, I want to shout out Erin Doherty as well. She's a really good actress. Obviously, I don't think she's like necessarily quite well known within like the film and TV space to like general people, but she was in 1,000 Blows season 1 last year, and obviously she was in episode 3 of Adolescence. She's a chameleon of an actress. She's really good. So yeah, that was nice to see. And as Grace said, Sinners, man, especially obviously the media variety and that we're trying to move a bit funny with my favorite movie of the year. It was good to see them get called out for it as well. That was fun. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, that was good.
I've seen Erin Doherty on stage as well, Dear England, last year or 2024. So
how was it?
Yeah, it was really good. Really good. It's a 3-parter, so she was in the last part.
I didn't know she did on stage stuff.
Yeah.
Nice. I mean, the one that surprised me was Frankenstein winning for costume design, because I said it didn't have a chance in anything.
Oh, really?
I'll eat my words. I thought Sinners had all those awards, clear or Wicked.
For costume, Frankenstein have been campaigning a lot. They did a whole exhibition, not just in London as well. So they've been campaigning a lot for costume and really going into detail about how much effort they put in costume. So I knew they were a big contender. So I'm happy to see them pick up the win.
No, it's a nice one to see. Any other Critics' Choice that you want to go over, or should we move on to the next point?
Well, yeah, I've got my points off, to be fair to you.
Good one for me. I don't know about what your guys' opinions are on Avatar, but Avatar Fire and Ash has hit 1 billion. 4 1 billions in a row for James Cameron.
Mad.
Stop doubting him. Stop doubting him.
He's cooking.
Crazy numbers, man. And yeah, you might, whatever you say about X, Y, and Z, and in terms of your thoughts on the movies being made of late, you can't question the reach that he has and the pull that he has. And someone made an interesting point where it was like, he doesn't just have young men going to watch his movies, women are going to watch the movies as well. There's a reason behind that, and it's something that, I know, I'm not saying he deserves credit for that, but I think it's great that he's able to pull a wide ranging, not different kinds of audiences towards his projects. You know.
Yeah, women love Avatar.
Yeah, I mean, I work in a cinema, and it's been predominantly women going to watch Avatar, which you wouldn't necessarily put that together, but it's really nice to see.
Women show up for well-written female characters.
Controversial, because I know that's shot fired at Marvel.
Our next one is a couple Stranger Things news to go over. The Duffers have been saying all kinds of things. But before we go into that, we'll of course mention that the documentary for Stranger Things Season 5 has been announced, coming out on January 12th. It's going to cover all the sort of behind the scenes, the final moments of the show, the moments when it wraps. And you can see all of that on Netflix next week. I'm quite looking forward to that. Interesting to see things that are mentioned. There's sort of teasers that are going to give away alternate endings in that, so we'll see what that brings.
I think it's always interesting when you can get behind the scenes of such a big show, such a big phenomenon, and see how the actors are approaching it and how the writers are approaching it, the creators are approaching it. So it should be interesting. I'm locked in.
It'd also be interesting to see the contrast if they had like stuff from season 1 and how it sort of evolved, because it's the production now is just completely different to how it was when it first came out. It'd be interesting to see like the difference between the two, you know.
Yeah, as long as they don't say that they shot the finale on the volume technology, then we'll be fine. We also said that had the Duffers say that Millie Bobby Brown is the only person that knows Eleven's true fate besides themselves.
Does nothing for me.
Yeah, I don't know why we needed to know that.
Thanks,
Doesn't
guys.
change the ending. Waste of my time.
No, thank you for that, guys. We appreciate it.
Yeah, just like we appreciate everything else they've said with the Demogorgons being there somewhere. Joyce and Hopper realizing Henry Krill was their classmate off screen. My personal favourite was we left it up to the audience, like they didn't know how to write it. Concerning things to be saying, but it's feeding into people's theories of a potential 9th episode.
I've got no interest.
Yeah.
The show's done, and you made your bed. You sort of lie in it. So there is no 9th episode. But I think people obviously maybe sort of some kind of coping mechanism where they feel they need to cling on to some hope, and you know. And a lot of people felt that same way when Game of Thrones was coming towards the end, and we had the final episode, and everyone hated it. So I get it to some degree, but yeah, let's maybe it's time to move on.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah. And I think when it comes to creators of such a big show with such a huge cult following, sometimes it's honestly okay to put what you've made out there and just leave it. Let the work do the talking. You don't need to do extra interviews. Sometimes it's okay to just put your work out there and then it's okay.
Yeah, if it's really that good, let it speak for itself. It's like
Yeah.
the perfect way to put it out there. Yeah, unless you're Timothy Chalamet, you can't let it speak for yourself, and you have to sell £300 jackets.
Hey, listen, boy, it's working for the boy, man. People are getting. Obviously, I know there's
again working in a cinema. It's crazy. The biggest sold out screens of the day is My Supreme.
Yeah,
we're still showing Avatar, Wicked, all of that, and it's the top numbers. It's crazy to see, but big up A24. They know what they're doing. They're making good stuff. But
elite marketing.
That's the phrase. Don't forget it. It's elite marketing. So the next thing we're going to move into is just simply most anticipated. Say maybe 3 to 5 things, movies, TV shows that you're excited for or you're most anticipated for this year.
I'll go. Obviously, you got like the Odyssey. You got Dune 3. I'm intrigued by Doomsday. I just felt like the release of the trailers. I think it was stupid. Just a dumb thing to do, like because people are going to spoil it and it's been leaked. But you know, people feel as though they're leaking it themselves, and it's just really weird marketing. Apparently, the next one is dropping tomorrow, which will be the 3rd trailer, which I think will probably get the biggest load of excitement. But yeah, in terms of it this year, I'm looking forward to House of the Dragon 3, Shrinking Season 3 as well. That's good TV. Charlie, add that to your list for sure.
Get that on my list.
January's just busy, to be honest with you. You got The Pit, you got 1,000 Blows, you got Shrinking, Hijack, Night of the Seven Kingdoms. There's so much coming out. The Night Manager, that's another one for you, Char. Grace as well. Night Manager's really good. Tom Hiddleston's the lead. So there's just loads, man. There's loads. But yeah, I've probably taken Grace's list. Sorry, Grace. Go on.
I've started watching The Pit, so The Pit season 2, I'm really looking forward to. I'm looking forward to The Boys, the final season, see how they close out. It's hard to close out shows. Some may say that they've overstayed their welcome already, but let's see if they close out strong. And then for movies, Avengers Doomsday, big Marvel fan. Spider-Man Brand New Day, and then The Odyssey, Christopher Nolan. You gotta be there.
Yeah.
What about yourself?
It'd be wrong if I didn't start with Michael.
Hey, of course.
Yeah. Incoming another 4 months of me doing silly MJ content, but hopefully the people are here for it. TV wise, again, The Boys. It's been one of my favourite shows for years. So again, another one to see whether they stick the landing. I feel like everything's just ended at the moment on TV. A lot of stuff's starting, but there's quite a lot of things wrapping up as well. So it's gonna be interesting to see if another one can stick the landing. Again, Avengers Doomsday. Want to know what's going on with that? Why is RDJ back? What was this miraculous idea that brought the Russos in to come back? It's going to be an interesting one to see. We've got only 12 months to go, so right around the corner.
I'm also looking forward to the drama. Shout out Zendaya. She's gonna have a big year. So yeah.
I think that must be it. I think the new Hunger Games looks like it's going to be a sleeper hit. That was one of the best trailers I've ever seen, so I'm excited for that. But honestly, that's all I need for that film. Don't give me any more, but I know they will. It's a classic blockbuster film, so we'll have like 50 TV spots before release. But I think that's my most anticipated for this year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, up next, I've got a little game for you guys. I've got 2 lists of 10 characters. It'll be 1 list for yourself, Grace, and 1 list for you guys. All right. It will be Stranger Things characters, this or that. You pick your favourite one out of the 2. At the end, we'll be left with 1 character from Grace, 1 character from Gaz, and we'll put those 2 head to head to decide the definitive best character of Stranger Things.
Let's be having you.
Okay, so I'll start with yourself, Grace. First one, Murray or Max?
Max.
Max or Alexi?
Max.
Max or Steve?
Max.
Max or Will?
Max.
Max or Erica?
Max.
Max or Dr. Brenner?
Max.
Max or Karen?
Max.
Max or Eddie?
Max. Max is my favourite character.
Or Dustin?
I'm gonna stick with my girl, Max.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we got the first one for the final 2. Guys, we'll start yours off in a slightly different sense. Vecna or Joyce? Very different characters.
Vecna's source is a bit drier now, man. Joyce was not relevant by the end of season 5. Let's go Vecna. But he had a big high. What, season 4 Vecna? Yeah, crazy.
Vecna or Billy?
Billy's Max's brother, right?
Yeah.
Ooh, Vecna. Yeah.
Vecna or Robin?
Vecna.
Vecna or Lucas?
Listen, man. Listen. If there's any kinfolk watching, they're gonna look at me crazy if I don't say Lucas. I have to go Lucas, man.
Lucas or Jonathan?
Oh, Lucas, man. Jonathan.
Yeah, dead character. Lucas or... I can't read my own writing. Lucas or Demogorgon?
Lucas, man. That's my guy.
Yeah. Lucas or Nancy?
This is going to end up being a Max and Lucas one, isn't it? Nancy, did you say?
Yeah.
Definitely Lucas. Definitely, yeah.
Lucas or 11?
I'm going to be honest with you. My boy Lucas, man. I don't have a connection to 11 like that. I know a lot of people love, but yeah, I don't really care.
Lucas or Mike?
Mike is... Yeah, it's Mike. Oh, Lucas.
Your last one, Lucas or Hopper?
My boy Lucas, man.
Okay. So we're down to...
The 2 lovebirds.
Max or Lucas?
I'm loyal to the soil, man. But yeah, no, I think out of all of those, it definitely could be Lucas anyway. For sure.
I'll go with
Out of
Max.
the two,
I'm going with Max.
Max.
Oh, out of the two, you're asking me now.
Yeah.
Probably Max, you know.
Yeah,
I think he's had the better arc.
for
Yeah, I
sure.
think more interesting character. I do think personally, I think Sadie is like, I don't know, I think there's something more with Max in the way Sadie portrays.
Yeah.
I don't think they gave Lucas much to do also in season
Mhm.
5. I think he was somewhat sidelined. He didn't have much to do. Yeah, definitely Max.
Yeah, she definitely had in my opinion, the best written character out of like the younger cast.
For sure.
But everything was written well, apart from the fact that she graduated at the same time, despite being in a coma for 2 years. But yeah, I guess we have to brush past that. Yeah, that is it for our little game. Before we go into our full breakdown, before we do head into our full breakdown, what we tend to do is all give a rating out of 10 for Stranger Things, and then Stranger Things season 5, not the whole show. That's going to be a tough one to rate. But yeah, we'll give all of our ratings, and then whoever has the highest rating will kick off with their reason of why they enjoyed season 5 or not enjoyed it.
This is a rating for season 5 or the show as a whole?
Let's do just season 5, and then we'll do full show.
Great,
So
take it, man.
I'll start. For me, Stranger Things season 5, I'm gonna go 7 out of 10. Grace?
I'll go 6.5 out of 10.
Okay. Gaz? I ain't gonna like this, am I?
I'm gonna go it's like a 5. It's like a 5 out of 10. Halfway, midway point, safety, but the reason. Oh, actually, I'll wait for it. Obviously, so
Okay.
I'll let you. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, 7. Usually, what happens on these things is I give my rating, by the end of the episode, I change it. But I don't know. I was like, I didn't enjoy those middle 3 episodes as much, and the finale did leave me underwhelmed. But I enjoyed the payoff moments, the limited ones that we did get in the last like hour or so of the last episode. I think since volume 2 and 3 have come out, I think a lot of people have brushed aside about how much everyone enjoyed 1 to 4, and I don't think the last 4 negatively impact the first 4 or make them worse. Why am I getting flashed off? But yeah, no, I just think this started very well, solid foundation. The middle bit was a bit ropey, but we got, I think, a well-written way to explain the Upside Down. It was just perhaps a bit overly longed out and very overexposed in terms of like the amount of exposition we were getting in those 3 episodes. And also it felt like a lot of tedious explanation, over-explaining, because they were aware of how long of a break they'd had between season 4 and 5. It's like they were trying to explain things to new watchers when, it's people that have been watching it for like a decade at this point. So that's where I think they went wrong, but I do think most characters got their moments to shine. They got their payoffs. Most of the things that I wanted to happen happened, even if they weren't in the ways I would have hoped. But yeah, it was a decent conclusion, but could have been great.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
You said people weren't a fan of Volume 2. I actually don't think those are bad episodes. I think the issue is one of my biggest issues with season 5 is the volume structure. I'll get into that maybe later on, but if you watch those as episodes, they're not any worse than the first 4, in my opinion. It's just they don't really move anything forward, which is what you would expect Volume 2 to do, because Volume 2 is the middle part of the story. It's essentially the anchor. It's what holds everything up in a sense, because it's like it connects the dots, shall we say, between the start of the journey and the end. But we don't move anywhere. The bus is stalled. I don't think they're bad. I just don't think they move anything forward. And in terms of like anything technical, in terms of writing, in terms of like dialogue, acting, I think a lot of the same issues in the first 4, in the second 3. I just think they're more obvious because you're expecting Volume 2 to move it forward, and it doesn't do that. And then you just have this scene where the scene that everyone seems to hate for one reason or many other reasons at the end of episode 7, which again doesn't move anything forward other than one character sort of journey, I guess. I think those are my personal bigger issues anyway.
That's a fair way to look at those ones as well. I mean, I personally struggled a lot with episode 5.
Okay.
That's the one for me. I was a bit like, I was watching it at, like 1:30 in the morning. Like, do I really want to sit through this right now, or should I just sleep? And that thought was in my mind a couple of times through that episode. So it's one where you have Dustin and Steve and Nancy and Jonathan, they're finding like the book and like the melting room and all that stuff. Just found it all a bit tedious, and like you said, it wasn't really moving anything. It just felt very stalled. For the amount of story progression we got in that episode, not a lot happened. But yeah, Grace, how are you feeling on it all?
I personally loved Volume 1, now that I'm looking back at it. Well, not loved, but I liked it. Volume 2, like everyone else, I think was the biggest issue. I think the episodes in Volume 1 were good. I think Volume 2, they were a bit exposed. I've already said that Stranger Things has become too bloated by season 5. I had the same issue in season 4, and now it's happening again in season 5. There's just too many characters, too many storylines. Stranger Things has always been a show where the characters go off and then they kind of have their own groups, and then by the end of the season they come together with each of their pieces. But in this case, season 5, the story was just, they were going too large, too big, and it just didn't work like it worked in the other seasons. I think there was just simply too much going on, and so when Volume 2 requires the story to be moved on and pushed along, when it doesn't happen and it's staying stagnant, just the episodes are too long, not enough is happening, there's an issue. But in terms of setting the foundation, episode 1 to 4, I think they did a good job. It's Volume 2 that really lets down the season. And just echoing guys' thoughts about Will's coming out scene, I think that would have actually been perfect if it was in episode 4, like in the middle, right before the sorcerer scene, where he's revealed as a sorcerer. I think it would have hit a lot more. But
As
yeah,
him being free of the burden of not being able to be who he wants to be. Now he's free of that. He's able to really delve into some of those powers that he didn't know
yeah.
existed within him.
And
That's
then
good.
we get the season, and then we get the episode 4 ender.
Look at
Yeah.
you, writer. Stop it, man. It's good stuff.
But yeah, because I think it did come too late in the season. I mean, on episode 7, it was episode 7, right? Which is the penultimate episode. It's like, I don't know, there's too many other storylines that we need to get to, and we've spent too much time on this. If you had given this its own time in Volume 1, it would have hit a lot more, in my opinion.
Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, guys, you mentioned the volume structure of this. I think one thing I thought about instantly as soon as I finished the finale is there's a way they could have structured this that would have worked far better if they wanted to go for the volumes, which would have been you split it into 2, but you have your first volume as 1 to 6, so that people like myself that didn't like 5 as much, you ride the high of Will's moment in 4 straight into 5. That hype carries you all the way through. You're not picking up from what felt like a bit of a dead point at the beginning of 5.
Well, and also with TV, right? With TV, you might have some episodes which you either don't love or you don't enjoy as much, but they're still important parts of the cog, the wheel that moves, of making the journey, right? And I think if they were, as you said, meshed together from episode to episode, where, as you said, you watched episode 4, wow, I can't believe episode 5, but I can't wait to get towards the end now. We're closing in episode 6. Oh, this ain't so bad, but we're now getting towards the end. I think it would have had less of a visceral or guttural, like, negative response from like the audiences as a whole, because you're just back and you literally go from episode to episode. You kind of just forget it sometimes. I think you're right on that part for sure.
Yeah, because like you end 6 on the cliffhanger of obviously Max running towards the portal, but you don't actually know if she gets out.
Yeah.
You end what would have been volume 1 there. That gives an anticipation to wait for the next. And you just have 7 and 8 that work as this big finale piece together.
Can I ask a quick question about Netflix's volume model? Is there a reason why they've decided not to do weekly and they just do volumes? Has it actually been said if there's a reason why? Or
I think categorically, from what I've seen, my initial thoughts are, without doing any research, is they're trying to have their cake and eat it at the same time, where they want to maintain their viewership for as long as possible. And if you do it over stretches rather than in a one, if I just firstly use like a typical weekly release versus the, sorry, if I just do a one binge drop versus the volumes, they get to stretch out their reach further than if they did like one volume or two volumes. Like 3 volumes gives them 3 different peaks, if you like, and it's proven in the numbers, because each time a volume comes out, then their viewership stats fly into like the millions, if not billions. I'm pretty sure it's millions. So yeah,
it's just easy work.
But I am happy that they released episode 8 separately, actually, because episode 8, because episode 8, the finale, is a big episode and it's just over 2 hours, so it kind of did need its own solo release. And I'm happy it was released in theaters as well. People got to experience that on the big screen. Always good to support theaters.
And I read somewhere it's like 25 million, and because of certain rights things with Netflix, that all went straight back to theaters rather than to Netflix.
Yeah,
yes, sir.
That's what we like to see.
Yeah, it's interesting though, because it's like, well, it's showing that people will go to the cinema for something, an experience that's either going to be given to them or something that they care about or they're made to care about. It's the same with Marty. People were made to care about Marty Supreme. They didn't know anything about Marty Supreme before the marketing for the movie.
Yeah.
And whatever you say, whatever people feel about Timmy, him and A24 marketed the movie well, to the point where people that I know that maybe step into the cinema once every 2-3 months, but like, nah, I need to go see Marty. This guy's sold me the movie. People want to go to the cinema. They just need a reason to do so. Reasons have changed because we've got streaming and so on, but people could have watched Stranger Things at home. Like those people that went to the cinema in America could have watched that at home, but no, they said, imagine seeing this on the big screen. It's a big moment for us as fans. It goes to show that I think they're undervaluing the power of community, and that's what cinema offers.
Even K-pop Demon Hunters as well, and that did really well in the box office, and that was after I think like a month of streaming on Netflix. So people want to go to theaters.
Do you think we see a world in which TV show finales become a common thing in cinemas, or is this a one-off?
No, Stranger Things is a cultural phenomenon, so it kind of deserved that, but I don't see that happening for a lot of horror shows.
You need those shows have to be huge pop culture moments, so they have to. I don't even think The Boys would matter to people like that. We're talking about shows like Game of Thrones and Stranger Things are probably the two in most recent times which have like garnered a fan base where it goes beyond just TV. This is like references and pop culture moments and memes and scenes that you turn into memes. It's bigger than just the show, if that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. Do you think you see that maybe for like a sort of House of the Dragon?
Nah, because Game of Thrones was they lost so many fans, firstly, with what they did, and secondly, spin-offs are always going to be harder to maintain the fan base because it's just a different stories, different characters. Still think House of the Dragon's a good show, but there's levels and leagues, if you like. Yeah, I can't see anything in TV for a while. Yeah, no, I can't see anything being like a cinema moment.
Loki, maybe Heated Revelry. That one's surging up.
It's surging, and it's got what it has. One thing I will say about anything in life: women are vital in upscaling anything when it comes to sales, when it comes to interest, when it comes to trends. Anything trendy, it's probably got like a woman behind it. And I think that fan base seems like it's if they can carry on with what they're doing, you never know. Who knows, man? Who knows?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens with TV. I mean, me personally, I don't know if there's enough people for this, but whenever it does eventually end, I'd love to see Severance have its last episode in theaters.
Oh, it's picking up, Severance. To be fair, I don't know if
your head there, Grace.
I don't see that. It's
I don't
not.
see it.
Yeah.
But I just would love that to happen. Yeah.
Apple might do it just for the sake of doing it, though. I could see because of what it means to like its fan base. They might just do it for, I don't know.
To be
Yeah,
fair, Apple do at least put their films in cinemas, even if they are limited.
yeah. Sometimes like F1, right?
Yeah.
And
Eternity.
For F1 is F1.
F1 was in the cinema for
Yeah.
time.
F1 is F1. So.
F1 got a re-release as well.
That was a good experience, I must say.
Oh, I missed
Got a
that.
re-release in August in IMAX.
Whoever didn't watch that in the cinema messed up.
You missed out for sure.
Yeah.
I watched it 4 times.
Twice.
That was your favourite of the year, no? Or second favourite?
Second favourite, Marty Supreme won it at the last minute.
Where did you have Sinners?
3.
Oh, that's not bad. Okay.
I think, truthfully, I know it's above F1, but I just love that film.
Wait, F1 made you feel. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
No, I loved F1. I loved it. So fair.
I made my family watch it on Christmas Day. That's how I spent my Christmas Day.
How did they find it?
Loved it.
Yeah.
So I'm happy with that.
Look at you changing your family's life. Look at you.
Yeah, out with the Home Alone, in with the F1. Yeah. But this volume thing has got to stop.
Yeah, another issue I have with the volumes factor, because we kind of pivoted from Stranger Things, is I think they wrote, no, I don't think, I can see, they wrote for the sake of the volumes. And so what you do is you feel you need to provide cinematic moments to close, either a cinematic moment or a moment which makes you feel, oh, this is so important. The first one they did was at the end of volume 1 with the Will Sorcerer, not Will, Mike, whoever's Will? Yeah, Will. I don't want to say the actor's name, but anyway, let me focus, no hate. What you notice, right, is it's like this big cinematic moment that's gonna like make everyone talk about the show on social media afterwards, and they're gonna clip it up. We're gonna do reactions and we're gonna do content on it, which is cool. But you wrote for that moment. You didn't write for the story, in my opinion, or you positioned it where it was for the hype rather than for the sake of the story. And the same with Will's coming out scene. That didn't make sense. If anything, the Will becoming a sorcerer scene would hit fans more if he did what Grace said, where he speaks to his family or the people he loves, he opens up, and then he powers up. That ties the story together. That makes thematical sense. What they did they just chucked the Will coming out scene, which really should be like a really profound and heartfelt moment for like people that either care about the character or can relate to him. But they just put it there to close the season as like another grand moment rather than an important moment for the character, in my opinion. And I think it speaks to the poor writing, and don't think the volumes actually helped. And especially for like TV, I don't think it worked structurally, personally.
Especially like the people that Will was with in that scene would have made a lot more sense. He was with Joyce, his mum, Mike, and also Robin, who's the only other person in the show that's come out. So if it's just
they
it would have made so much more sense.
They handled some of Robin's scenes in a better manner, I think, in that regard. In terms of not Robin's character, but that particular arc of her opening up about who she is, I think it was handled much better.
Yeah. Yeah, no, but this volume stuff is killing shows. It killed one of my favourite shows while not being, in my opinion, one of the greatest pieces of TV. I think we spoke about this the last time you were on, Grace, Cobra Kai.
Oh, right.
The volume system for that was an absolute joke.
Yeah.
Part one was July 2024. Part 2 was November 2024. And then the final part was February 2025. That is just longing it out.
Why?
It's nearly a year.
Why?
There's no need for it.
They just needed time to film, and they just decided to do it in parts. That was the reason they verbally gave. But
yeah, it's just like
that's
almost a year to release a season of TV is so strange.
But it's interesting because if you go back to the old style of releasing TV series, they used to have mid-season finales and have the mid-season break. But that worked because there's like 20 episodes, so you do 10. Yeah. You have a little break, and then you do the next 10. Because I remember The Flash.
The break weren't even long, though, was it?
Yeah, it wasn't too long. Because I remember that when I was watching The Flash weekly releases, that used to happen. So, yeah, these volume things, it doesn't work, especially when you only have 8 episodes. It really doesn't work.
Yeah. But yeah, like, if you had like a 20-episode season, which is, with the technology that we have now is far easier to produce. I would say the technology, not even in the shooting sense of like the post production technology you have now, is far easier to get these episodes out. It's interesting while we're only getting these 8-episode, essentially limited series.
The bigger issue with that, I think you find, is one is schedules, conflicts, actors doing film and TV shows, or just loads of TV or loads of movies, and also like post production is like, especially shows that have any kind of like VFX or special effects. When you're talking about like fire breathing dragons or mind flayers who turn into like spiders, no spoilers, like all that sort of stuff just adds more time. Whereas TV shows weren't cinematic 10 years ago. They didn't need to be special visual. Even The Flash, which was good, they didn't need like the craziest visual effects for us to appreciate it. Whereas if they made a Flash show today, you're going to get 8 to 10 episodes, and it's going to take ages between season 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Times have just changed. TV never used to be cinematic.
Yeah, they're trying to make like TV into events, which I think is what Netflix is doing with these volume things. Netflix wants to be making events, not TV. I mean, you see it with like the boxing stuff they're trying to introduce. So they're trying to become a streaming channel with these like big hit primetime moments that they then put as these volumes, but it doesn't have a payoff.
Yeah, because I not love, but I'm quite positive on season 4, but I know a lot of people love it. But I think the biggest issue is that they're trying to make mini movies, and they did literally come out, the Duffer Brothers did literally come out and say, we're making mini movies here. And my point is, we never asked for mini movies. Season 1 and 2 was perfect, the way they scheduled that, the way they structured that, sorry. And season 4 is completely different. We're getting 1 hour, 30-minute episodes, 2-hour episodes, and then mini movies. And it just, for me, it doesn't work. It just doesn't.
I remember there was a quote that came out, and the Duffers were like, "Oh, we really sit in that long form storytelling. We love the long form storytelling." And all the comments were like, "So you want to be making movies? That's what you want to be doing."
If they want to make movies, they need to just start making movies.
That's what their thing is, though. I'm sure they come out and said that.
Yeah. If they want to make movies, they need to just go ahead and start making movies.
Yeah.
Sure. I'm sure that's going to be the next thing, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be interesting. It will be interesting to see actually what they go on to do next.
Yeah. Because they're with
received.
They're with Paramount now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see how that goes.
To see how their next show gets received based upon
the response
to the season or movie. Yeah.
Yeah. But quick question on season 5 of Stranger Things. How did you guys feel about Dustin's arc? Or Steve as well?
Just felt a bit lackluster.
Really? How did you feel about Eddie?
In
season 4.
Season 4?
Yeah, because a lot of Dustin's character in season 5 is about Eddie, so...
I like that Dustin's most of his arc for season 5 is honouring Eddie. I do like, especially down to like one of his last scenes, which is obviously at the graduation. He's literally doing exactly what Eddie said he was going to do in the first episode of season 4, which is a nice payoff.
Yeah, good callback.
My favourite scene of Volume 2, and probably one of my favourite scenes of the season, is when Dustin is like stopping Steve from putting that ladder on the stairs, and he's like, "I can't lose you two, I can't lose anyone else, can't do it again." That's probably one of my favourite scenes of this season.
It's one of his best acting moments in the whole show as well. Yeah,
absolutely.
Gaten.
Yeah.
I think the issue with Dustin's character is Gaten was wasted, and essentially was used as like our funnel for like the sci-fi exposition dumps.
Okay.
And then alongside that, you had his trauma, I guess, from Eddie passing away, which is so profound and it's so poignant because it's like this is someone that he really cares about, who's had an impact on his life, alongside Steve. But then we don't get to spend enough time with him in those moments of like the pain and the solitude, because by the time it arrives and you see him struggling with the pain, it has to cut back to a scene with like Nancy, or a scene with Mike, or a scene with Will, or a scene with what's his name? What's the guy, the driver? What's his name?
Murray.
that guy Murray, or it's a scene with the military lady, or it's a Vecna scene, or it's a Holly scene. They were
It's too
balancing.
many
They
characters.
were just balancing so much in season 5 to the point where not enough characters actually just got moments to be characters. I
Yeah.
thought Holly was great as a character and Neil Fisher's performance, but she does take up so much and so much away from the others. If they'd introduced Holly earlier, I think people would have had less of an issue with it. I think again, most people don't dislike Holly or Neil Fisher. The issue is the way they were utilized in season 5, which takes away from like us being with Dustin for 10 minutes, or maybe 10 minutes is a long time, but across an episode, maybe like 10 to 12 minutes with Dustin across an episode of him dealing with like his pain, him struggling with Steve because Steve's alive but Eddie's not, and him missing Eddie but him loving Steve at the same time. That should have been so much more profound to us as fans of the show, but it wasn't.
It's weird, like no time to have these great moments, or at least more time to delve into these moments with characters, but with enough time for Murray to say Snookums like 10 times. That was starting to do my head in. It's just like
Murray speaks in one-liners. His character's awful. He literally speaks in one-liners and memes. It's really bad. It's really bad.
We didn't. I don't think we needed his comedic relief for season 5. This is the end game.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
It's the end game. If anything, and there's so many other characters that can still give us that same comedic relief. Maybe not the same per se, but a similar-ish comic relief where it's like, you're not wasting my time being here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even like he was set up as the supplies guy at the beginning of the season. We spend most of episode 7 getting a plan together.
Oh,
and he doesn't go off and get any supplies.
The whole of season 5 felt like a plan at times, man.
Yeah.
But in regards to Dustin, I found myself quite annoyed by his character because I love Dustin. Dustin's my second favorite character. But I found myself quite annoyed by his character in Volume 1. And which really hurt me because I love Dustin. I want to love his character. But Gaten actually came out and said something that I found that really made me look at Dustin's character a little bit differently. He said something like, paraphrasing him, he said, if Dustin doesn't feel like he's hurting, then he doesn't feel like he's grieving Eddie enough. So that's in regards to him provoking the bullies and him getting beat up, which I actually found it a little bit profound because I thought, okay, that's a completely different perspective that I didn't have. But again, because I wasn't a huge lover of Eddie, I thought Eddie was fine. But yeah, I didn't see the Dustin and Eddie connection as much as everyone else. And I think that's where my issue comes when in season 5, Dustin's character is so focused around Eddie. But yeah, I thought what Gaten said was quite good. It's quite well.
Yeah. How did you feel about the whole Steve and Dustin fight in the lab thing?
In Volume 2, I did start to understand him a bit more. And then I started to like Dustin again. But yeah, the scene that you mentioned I thought was amazing. I really, really like that scene. One of the best acting moments for Gaten. And it just allowed us to, firstly, it finally moved us on from them arguing again because it got quite tiring.
Yeah.
And 2, it allowed the characters to have a moment and actually just communicate and talk and really allow the audience to understand how both of the characters are feeling as well. So, yeah.
See, people have had their thoughts on what we got as a final battle, but what did you think of what was the sort of big spectacle moment of the episode?
I'm not gonna lie and say I wasn't hyped when 11 made that jump. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I was very, very hyped. But it was too short. I would agree with that. But yeah, I enjoyed it.
I wish we got more of the Will and 11 against Vecna at the same time thing. I liked that one. You didn't like it? It didn't do anything for you?
I don't know. I liked it, but for me, it has to be 11 versus Vecna. I didn't even mention, I felt that 11 was very sidelined this whole season. So I was very happy that she stepped back into focus in the finale. And yeah, I needed my 11 versus Vecna. Everyone else can help, but the sole focus needs to be 11 and Vecna. And I'm happy we got that. It just needed to be longer, and it definitely needed Demogorgons. They've been here since the beginning. It needed them.
They're somewhere.
Yeah. They definitely needed to be there, especially because the Demogorgons looked really cool in episode 4 of Volume 1 as well. They should have been back.
CGI was good this season.
Yeah. The Duffer Brothers definitely let them
down.
down. Definitely let them down. They should have been in the finale. For sure.
I mean, as disappointing as it was to see a shadow monster turn into a spider, the CGI of the Mind Flayer did look sick. I'll be honest. It was on point.
The design was great. I'm so sorry. The design was great. Yeah. I didn't like the tint though. The yellow tint or orange tint, whatever that was. I didn't really like that.
Yeah. That's the bit that everyone's saying looks like Linkin Park.
Yeah.
Nice. Was an interesting final battle, wasn't it? Who's going to be the bait? And just runs out in front of everyone.
Yeah, of course it was Nancy. Yeah, it really needed Demogorgons, man. It really did.
Yeah, just to heighten the stakes because those guys were just chilling, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The guys that were outside, they were just.
The guys should have been fighting the Demogorgons, and then Will and 11 solely focus on the Mind Flayer and Vecna. That would have been better.
And what happened to the bats?
Oh yeah.
In season 4, it was like, oh, don't kill the vines, you'll awaken the bats. They're just gone.
No idea.
I think someone in the Discord said it. It was like felt like a limited time Fortnite event just for Eddie, just to get him going.
Even to the point that everyone's complaining about, and Grace has sort of pushed back on it. I don't necessarily think the show needed characters. I think some. Okay, I'm gonna rephrase. I do think some characters needed to die, but contextually, it's only especially if you write it into your story. If you've made it a part of the story where someone slips off a rock and they're about to fall, and then you black out the scene, and then Jonathan comes and grabs his hand and saves him, and it just feels as though you've. No, I don't even wouldn't want to call it chickened out, but you've gone safe. If it feels safe, and it would have been interesting to see how Dustin reacts in that situation, having reconciled now with Steve. Like he's gone. Like, but at least you've made peace with him, and I think because they wrote that in, he had to go. Like, I think he had to go. Same way with Nancy and the big thing that was the Mind Flayer thing that was chasing her and got close. And then someone comes and distracts the Mind Flayer with, like, I think Lucas might have come in with the, what's it called thing? You know what I'm talking about? One of those guys was like it distracted them, and it was just like, I felt nothing watching it because I didn't feel anything because I didn't feel anyone was at risk at any point. Anyone.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
Well, two points. So firstly, a lot of people said Ted, Murray, and maybe the mom. Well, I don't think you can kill both parents. Let's just say Murray and Ted. Really and truly, if they had died, I don't think that changes anything. No one cares about them. Let's be honest. It doesn't change the stakes. It doesn't make it more or less. It doesn't change anything in the story because no one cares about them. But also too, if I remember correctly. Oh yeah. So if, for example, Steve had died, let's say Nancy had died, do you not think that lessens 11's sacrifice at the end?
No.
You think it stays the exact same?
Yeah.
You could argue that she's doing it to prevent any more of them dying in the future.
Okay, that's a good perspective. That's fair. I just feel like if so many people had died, I feel like 11's sacrifice becomes overshadowed and it doesn't feel as strong. Because for me, what's so sad about 11 sacrificing herself is that everyone else got the happy ending except for her. The one person who allowed for everyone's happy ending to actually happen. But, yeah.
The thing I keep seeing on Twitter is, like, people bringing up the quote of the Duffers being like, it's got the most violent death of any season. And people being like, where is it? But it is technically there in 3 senses, I'd say. Vecna blows that guy's head up with his hand in episode 4.
That was insane.
The guy shoots, 11 makes that guy shoot straight through his head.
Callie as well. People forgetting Callie died. Yeah. Let's not forget her.
Joyce literally decapitates Vecna.
8 died.
I can't remember.
Yeah, and then obviously, Joyce decapitates Vecna. So, I mean, there is violent deaths in there.
People were dying.
To some degree.
Number 7, man.
But we have to talk about 11's ending.
Yeah. What do you think? Thoughts? Like it? Don't like it? Don't care?
It's sad. I don't like it, but I only don't like it because I want her to have a happy ending. But in terms of them making the decision to have her make that sacrifice, I think it makes sense. I think it makes sense. And for them to do the either or, I'm okay with that. I don't have an issue. Yeah.
Gas, how do you feel on that?
I didn't feel anything when she sacrificed herself. Like there was zero emotion in my body.
I'm kind of the same.
I felt nothing. Like, oh, okay, goodbye, man, goodbye. Like, yeah. But that's mainly because, again, as I said, the stakes in season 5 just felt empty and shallow. I do get the point around her losing or never having had any agency prior. And the one time she does, I guess, have some agency, she has to sacrifice herself for the greater good.
Mm.
I do understand that premise, and I think to some degree, yeah, it's a nice way to write her in a sense. But I don't know. Maybe I'm the issue because I don't have that emotional connection to 11 like other people do.
I was gonna ask, yeah, is it maybe because you don't really love or care for her character that much? Yeah.
Like
I
she's cool.
thought
Bro. She's cool.
I
Yeah,
feel
she.
like the finale requires you to really care for 11, and if you don't, then it just wouldn't hit you then.
Max is my guy though. If Max went, I would have felt sad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If
I
Max
think
or Holly or Lucas or Dustin, those four,
yeah.
that would have maybe that might have got me.
I think I felt more about the 11 sacrifice before they revealed the sort of if she could still be alive thing.
That shouldn't change anything. It really shouldn't.
I don't know. It felt more definite once. Obviously, it felt more definite once. Like I thought she'd gone, and then there's this point where, oh, well, she might not have sacrificed herself, and it's just like kind of undermines the whole thing of it for me. I guess she's still alone. She's still lost everything that she's built, but it just feels a bit. I don't know. I don't even know how to word it. I just felt a bit. Really?
Either possibilities is still heartbreaking. It's still very sad.
The
Like,
possibility is definitely sad.
yeah,
No, I felt it. I felt it more when it was like 11's dead.
yeah,
Whereas now it's
that's
like
fair.
11 still. She can still go and find that again. It's not going to be anything like what she had, but she can still go and find a new path and still be happy. But yeah,
People make new friends all the time, B.
But it will never be Mike. It will never be Dustin, L,
Hey,
etc.,
you're friends
etc.
from your childhood and every other friends from your childhood for the rest of your life. Sometimes you have to find new friends. You go uni, you go college, you go school, you go work, go outside, you meet new people. She
But
might go
she's
to
not. But she's
God.
not in like a new city. She's in like this. Is this like very secluded town?
Yeah.
So
but
Maybe that's what she
thankfully,
needs now, though. Maybe that's what she needs after fighting Demogorgons and Vecnas and Mind Flayers. Sometimes we need some peace and quiet, man.
she's the only one that knows what really happened. So that really helps all of us out.
Yeah, it's
Um,
for a reason.
anything else from the sort of epilogue bit that you want to discuss?
That was cool, man. That was nice.
I like that.
Yeah, I
Apart
like
from there's one scene that I don't like. Karen can't find Mike anywhere. Cuts to Mike sat on a bench in the middle of the town. How hard did she look?
I think it's more of like Mike's not here. Like he should be here. Where is Mike?
yeah,
Just the way it was framed, it was like I can't find Mike. Where it's like
Yeah,
it should be more is where is Mike? He should be
yeah.
here right now, his big day.
Because Hopper just
semantics,
walks straight up to him. Yeah,
semantics. I guess.
but no.
Yeah, the epilogue was amazing. I really enjoyed them having 40 minutes and not 10 minutes and rushing through everyone's story. Like we've known these characters for 9 years, 10 years, and so I think we deserved a proper long goodbye and send off. So I'm really happy. It felt like a thank you to the fans for sure.
What's your favourite sort of payoff moment to the fans from that? Somebody got like a huge Stranger Things fan.
Wait, do you mean in the epilogue?
Yeah, in the epilogue.
I think just the fact that it's literally 40 minutes, but I think the rooftop scene with Robin,
That's a nice scene.
Steve, Jonathan, and Nancy. I thought that scene was amazing and very relatable as well. Really, really like that scene.
I've said like the bit, the whole D&D sequence at the end is great. Probably one of the best friend scenes in the show. But it's the bit where Mike's just looking at Holly and Derek all playing around the table, and
Circle
he
of
has
life.
that look of realization of like his childhood is over, and he literally closes the door on it, and I think that's a really nice scene. Yeah. No, I definitely did like the last 20 minutes. If I have to say bad things about the finale, none of it really comes from that last bit. I did really like it.
Yeah, I agree. I liked it. I can't complain about the last 30, 40 minutes.
How do you feel about the decision to go 18 months later?
I guess it makes sense, though. The town needed to... I guess we've seen the destruction and we've seen the chaos. Time has now elapsed and sort of moved on. I think that makes sense to me. I was okay with that. I didn't have any issues.
Yeah, same. I didn't even think about it.
The only one that obviously has got to people is, of course, how did they get away with their crimes, essentially? Just killing half the military.
But I mean, if Hopper's sheriff again, I guess he had a say in that.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. That's a fair point, actually.
Yeah.
I think we've gone through most of the finale now.
Yeah. Wait, one more thing. The Hopper shoots 11 fake out. Did that get any of you guys? Oh,
I was
wow.
like, oh shit. I was kind of like, oh shit. And then I was like, oh no, yeah, it can't be.
No, I gasped. I was like, no way. I didn't think she was going to die in that moment, but I did actually think he shot her.
Wait, was that the bit when she was in the tank?
In the tank, yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, that did get me at first.
That got dark as well. Because imagine, yeah. That definitely got me.
It startled me for sure.
Yeah.
I have to say that scene, though, hindered the finale for me in a sense. Because I thought if they're willing to go to those lengths, why did the rest of the episode play it so safe? Like, if they're willing to hit those dark beats, why can't they
fake
go
out
darker again?
Fake out, man.
Fake out, yeah.
Kylie definitely should have been used more in terms of wait, what's her power? What do you actually call it? What's the term? Mind manipulation. Let's just say that. Mind manipulation. I think she definitely should have been used more. In the final battle, she would have been really cool manipulating Henry's mind.
Especially with the trauma he carries around with him.
Yeah, that would have been great. That would have been really cool.
Oh, I like that scene
in the cave?
In the cave between him and Will, where they're like speaking to each other through their mind.
Yeah.
Jamie Campbell Bower in that scene was fantastic.
I love the Henry scene. The Henry scenes are really good.
Yeah. He's so good.
Those Henry scenes in season 5 are actually really good. Apart from when he's playing Mr. What's-It, that's just...
I didn't like the Mr. What's-It
Yeah,
stuff.
I think that was just a bad...
It's borderline creepy. Let me be so honest with you.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's... I don't know, it's like... I loved how dark Vecna was in season 4.
But having Henry relive his like dark moments would have been really cool in the final battle. It would have been a bit more like Thunderbolts, Yelena going into the void and seeing all of these dark moments and her worst moments. I think if we got that, like a little bit something like that, that would have been really cool.
It'd be interesting to find out more about that stone as well, because that's obviously going to be the spin-off.
Yeah,
I don't know how I feel about the spin-off about a glowing stone. Glowing stone, a Stranger Things story doesn't really sell me.
That is. Yeah. Fair.
But who knows where the stone came from? It could be interesting. It's just different place, different characters. Don't know what that brings.
It'll be interesting to see.
Has anyone seen The First Shadow?
No,
I haven't.
I've seen it twice.
Of course you have.
It's amazing. It's so good. It's a prequel, so you can watch it without watching Stranger Things because,
I need to watch it. I just haven't got tickets.
It's so good. I'm telling you, it's so good. It's so good. It reinvents anything you've ever seen on stage.
What is it called? The guy that plays Brenner in the West End is the soldier in this.
I haven't heard that, so I'm not sure.
I think the guy that shoots the gun up through his
head.
No.
That's definitely not the same person.
No?
No.
So it must be Broadway or something. I know he's definitely on the stage somewhere in that show. Maybe it's in America. But no, I definitely need to go and get tickets to go and watch
all
that.
I know is that Jamie reprised his role as Henry at the very end in all the way.
I've seen
Yeah.
the bit with Caster like giving him his props and he just breaks
Yeah,
down.
yeah. No, the first shadow is honestly very good, guys. And support Theta. Theta needs their support as well. So
Yeah.
the first shadow is
Really
really good.
Bauer, though, he's fun. Jesus, so good.
Yeah.
I hope he gets more stuff like off the back of this. He deserves it.
Yeah.
Who do you think gets the most work out of this show? Because that's been a conversation.
Millie Bobby Brown will always be
Netflix's
darling. So she will be fine.
Until she's not. Like everyone's a golden child until they're no longer a golden child. And if the juice isn't worth the squeeze, if people aren't watching, or your movies or your TV shows aren't getting the numbers, it does get to a point where someone else becomes the golden
next
child.
big thing.
Yeah.
That's true, but I think she'll do enough with Netflix where it will also get her things from other studios as well. So I think she'll be fine. She'll be fine. And also she doesn't seem like a huge fan of like doing too many films a year anyway, so she's cool. But I think Sadie will have a huge career. I think we're gonna see Sadie blow up. I'm seeing her on the West End this year.
Yeah,
in spring. Yeah.
Like Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah, with Noah Jupe from Hamnet. Yeah.
That'll be good.
Yeah. And she's also in Spider-Man as well, so
Yeah.
I think that will really, really, really set her off. Because I'm gonna assume we're gonna get quite a few press interviews with like Zendaya. If she has a good relationship, a good friendship with Zendaya in interviews, that's sometimes all it needs for TikTok to grab onto you. And now you have viral moments.
Grace, have you considered the future in PR? You've mapped out ladies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, management calling.
Yeah. Listen, Zendaya is loved. If you get a friendship with Zendaya going, that's all you need.
Especially with the amount of press tours she's going to have this year.
Oh, insane. Yeah.
Yeah, crazy.
I think Gayton, when he was a child, obviously it was difficult for him because of his quotation marks disability in terms of like his teeth, and I think it was like a growing thing, right, in terms of his teeth. But I think it will actually now work as a strength for him, because I think you can write some really interesting and unique roles for him, and he's obviously kind of grown out of it as well. It's not just not noticeable. I don't know if it's still an issue or not. Quote me if I'm wrong, but I just don't even notice it. I just see Dustin. I just see an actor. I don't see, oh yeah, he's got this disability. I just see someone that's really good at what they do.
It was a nice addition for them to write that into the script, because originally Dustin was just, they literally, the initial character list for the show has Dustin listed as fat friend, and that was going to be his like thing. And I'm so glad they took that out and actually made it a chance to speak on a disability, so anyone else suffering with that feels seen.
It was my favorite from the get-go.
Yeah.
Dustin is by far the best character of season 1. He's so good in season 1.
Yeah, he's my favorite. Him and then Lucas, and then Mike, and then the other one.
Yeah. I think Caleb McLaughlin will do well as well. He'll find jobs, yeah.
He's good.
He's good. Charlie Heaton is in Industry season 4.
Yes, sir.
We'll see where that goes.
Yeah. Industry.
That guy's really good, you know. Natalia Dyer. She's good, man.
I don't think I've seen her in anything else.
Neither have I. She's 30, by the way. I have no clue.
I guess no one's career will catapult like Joseph Quinn. His one was insane. Yeah.
I think Noel Fisher's going to do well. Maybe not instantly, but I think down the line.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. I hope she doesn't lock into a Millie Bobby Brown deal with Netflix, though.
She probably will, to be honest.
I'm glad that we
safe.
didn't do that.
It'll be safe for her.
What's his name? Owen Cooper. I'm so glad he didn't go like down the Netflix lock-in.
I think he has. He mentioned in his speech that Netflix is the best company in the world. So I think he has a very good relationship with Netflix, and I think he's going to continue working with them.
He's about to be Warner Bros. Golden Boy.
He's really starting to talk to the BBC as well.
Yeah.
Which I've started watching with Amy Wood. I think she wrote it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
The British public love him, so any chance to work with him, they'll grab onto that.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
The whole world is in awe.
I hope there's some kind of like adolescence.
I think Wuthering Heights is a huge release. If he's like impressive in that,
so they've already filmed.
I think they've already filmed it. It's coming out in February. So if his performance is impressive in that, I think he's gonna see new heights. Because, like you said, the whole world is already in awe of him. So if we see him in a second thing, Wuthering Heights with Margot Robbie and Jacob Elordi, even though he's not sharing scenes with them, he's in the movie with them. So yeah, that'll be big. Big press tour too. Huge press tour.
They're gonna milk him. Yeah, and well, to some degree, he's a child. Make the most of what you've got. So yeah.
Yeah, and he's still gonna be February. So on the press tour, there'll still be award season as well. So he'll still be racking up awards because he's sweeping the whole award season. Yeah.
That episode 3. I mean, you mentioned it earlier with Aaron Doherty, but he is just as fantastic in that episode.
Yeah. Oh wait, isn't he gonna have an American accent in Wuthering Heights?
Yes, I did see. He said it on Graham Norton.
So we'll see how that goes as well.
Yeah,
so that's not easy.
To see.
Yeah.
Yeah, because how old is he? 15, 16?
I think he's just 16 now.
Yeah, so if he can pull that off already in what is his second major role?
If he pulls off an American accent, that's it. Like you're done. You're set now. Yeah. You'll have studios ringing you up.
Yeah.
I mean, Nell Fisher's done it.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe she was British. I love that when you see a clip of a press tour or a BTS scene, and it's of an actor that's British that's playing an American. Just every comment is, "Oh, he's British," or "Oh, she's British." Everyone was the same thing. It's just like
I only recently found out Kate Winslet was English. I don't know. That was shocking for me.
I've just found out now.
Yeah. So
I didn't know that. So yeah, there we go. Every day's a school day. Anything else to touch on with Stranger Things season 5?
No, all good.
You gonna miss it?
Of course. It's been in my life 9 years. So yeah. Hawkins.
I'll be fine, man.
Yeah, I don't know. If this ended for me with the same impact that season 4 had ended with, I think I would have missed it more. But I don't know, this ending didn't quite do it for me the way that the end of 4 did. That was another thing that kind of let me down, though, was we end 4 in quite a bleak pace. Hawkins is not in a good state at the end of 4, and then we pick up at 5 like nothing really ever happened, and we just put metal plates over everything. Tough season to get through, I'll be honest. Just disappointing, lackluster bits. Are they going to do this? Are they not going to do this? Yeah. But no, if there's nothing else to mention, we can wrap up here.
Yeah, well, it's been fun, man. Again, big congrats to you guys on the platform. It's not easy having a podcast, working with people, being committed to it as well. Big up to you guys.
With working it around work, but
passion projects. So
exactly, we're gonna have to set time aside for the things that you love. You have to set aside your sleep to watch Stranger Things season 5. And there's a lovely little wrap up and segue back in. But yeah, I guess we can leave it there for this week. Thank you, Grace, for coming back on. Thank you, Gaz, for coming on for the first time. Hopefully, first of many.
Listen,
always welcome.
Call up.
You're always welcome. We know that we always see what you guys are watching because we will post whatever we've been watching all over the internet. So we know who's watching what and who enjoys what. So we know who to get on for each thing. But thank you both for joining us for today. Thank you everyone for listening in. Episodes come out every Wednesday, 6 p.m. YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. And thanks again for listening in, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Take it easy.